Hello, and I don't know how to start this video, but we're gonna take a look at all the 2022 sync pairs, which are those who are released in 2022. We're gonna include the limited, non-limited, free-to-play, large, BP, Poker Fairs, Master Fair, Spotlight, seasonal, EV special day, costumes, whatever. All of those sync pairs we're gonna take a look at. There are a lot of sync pairs, so we'll just get started. And like I'm using like a designer website to show you all of this, and I haven't even prepared anything. So I'm just gonna present it based on what I'm thinking. So hope you guys enjoy it and find this information helpful. And it's nice to take a look at the changes of this game since the first day of 2022 up to the end of 2022. So we're gonna start off with, I'm gonna put this here, and you can see I'm just controlling this like right now. We're gonna start off with January. For January, we have Single Suit Cynthia. Technically, Single Suit regular Cynthia is December, but I'm going to consider her for January, jeez, because she's like the start of the Sinnoh villain arc. So in Sinnoh arc, the game introduced something extremely important called zones. Basically, zones is a kind of terrain, but it's going to boost. I'm gonna write boost the certain type by 50%. I know the words are really weird, but I really like it. So it boosts the certain type by 50%. And for example, we have Ghost Zone introduced here, and we also have Dragon Zone introduced here. So let me just boink. What is going on? Dang, I'm sorry. This is really difficult to control. Jeez. Ghost and Dragon control. There you go. Ghost and Dragon Zone introduced in January. So Ghost really helps out. First of all, Lunala. Hope you guys can see the thing, because I don't think I can see it really clearly. Let me just change it to like a blue color. There you go. So Lunala is introduced in 2021 anniversary, and Lunala is one of the best ghost types back then. With Ghost Zone support and Lusamami support, Lunala becomes even stronger. Besides, we have Lucas and Dialga with Dragon Zone, which I think the best dragon type back then is... Who's the best dragon type back then? I don't even remember. But Dragon Zone has a huge impact in one of the pairs we're going to introduce in the video later. So zones are extremely important in this game. Especially we're going to talk about Champion Stadium later. We also have the New Year units of New Year Sabrina and New Year Volkner. Sabrina and Volkner having their second ult, and there is a bit of an issue. The issue is Volkner 2022 cannot. Volkner 2022 cannot set terrain easily. So what that means is, since you can't, back then, you cannot have Luxray and Electivire in the same team. And the best thing about electric types to give a better support is with Luxray, you get electric terrain, and you can really bust off those Discharge, Ball Strike really easily. But unfortunately, you cannot do that with Electivire, which makes this pair not so good back then. Another pair to introduce is Sabrina and Qingling. Qingling has that really special training move called Clear Your Mind, which Clear Your Mind restores allies HP by around 40% and applies the enduring effect, which makes it a really good support unit because it provides you an enduring effect really easily, which you can tank those really hard hitting moves. Unfortunately, Qingling is just a really niche support because Condition Shield isn't exactly that helpful, and we have a lot of special attack or plus units. So it's not exactly the best support unit, unfortunately. So yeah, I think that's it for January here. We're gonna take a look at February for now. So for February, we have here. For February, we have more zone units. You can take a look at Phantom Smarty and Sinister Cyrus. We're gonna add on, we have Steel and Dark Zone. Dark Zone. So for Steel, for Steel Zone, it benefits some of the best Steel type units, which, for example, Kimono Grimsy, for example, Steven is really good, Karen is really good, for example. Everyone likes Karen. Who doesn't like Karen? Those are really good units to benefit from the Steel Zone and the Dark Zone. We also, of course, have to take a look at Paladin times B. Just put this here. Paladin times B, what that does is, let me just try and reduce the thing here. 30, there you go. No, 30. So what Paladin time B does is, actually I don't remember. I honestly I don't really like Paladin times B. Okay, but one thing B does is it sets up the Hell, which weather units are crucial in this game. So it's a support unit, and first of all, it's a support unit, and second of all, it has the trainer move, which raises attack and special attack by 4, and it raises the physical move up next effect of all icing players during a Hailstorm. And I think it can summon a Hailstorm. Yes, it summons a Hailstorm at the first time the user enters the battle, and it also can summon Hell after using her first sync. So this unit is actually really good in Hell teams, but overall it's really okay. It's pretty normal. We also have Paladin Smarty, the best, not the best, but it's one of the most OP seasonal units because of Steel Zone. Nothing much to mention here. It also can use Growl, and it's a Mega Mawile, which can hit hard with Iron Head. Also, it has Growl, which can lower attack and lower the defense at the same time. For Sinister Cyrus being a Pokeface unit, it has Dark Zone and the most busted unit in VGC, Dark Void. Dark Void is a move that puts everyone to sleep, and we have a similar move called Hypnosis. So Hypnosis Gold Power 9 puts everyone to sleep. Dark Void does the same, putting everyone to sleep. In addition to Dark Void, Dark Pulse having a high special attack stat, this dark type unit is extremely, really good with Dark Zone. We also have the opposite of Dark Void, Cresselia. Cresselia is I think it's the third. Cresselia is the third. Cress has a non-damaging sync move, which is super special. The sync move heals its allies. Yeah, Cresselia basically has a non-damaging sync move and heals its allies, not including herself, based on the move level. Question mark out of 5. There you go. Which, well, it really depends on what your move level is, first of all. And second of all, it has a trainer move that does recoil damage, which I honestly don't think is too good. It also has damaging guard, which can be decent, I'd say. Yeah. So like the training move it has is like raises defense, special defense, and critical hit rate by 2, and takes 30% recoil, which is, oh my goodness, that is so much. I have no idea why it's a recoil damage being move. It also has Moonlight, which can heal itself. One thing to note is it heals 50% of its own in a normal weather condition, 60% during a sunny, and 40% during rainy, hailstorm, or sandstorm, which I think this pair is okay, but I feel like it's not. I really don't like this pair. But this pair seems to be really, really popular among a lot of people, especially it's Singrid with I have no idea what the Stingray does, but like, it has damaging guard, it has catalyzing recovery, it has like aggravation 2, endurance, adrenaline, which can be really good to be a good support, a short-term support, not really a long-term support. So yeah. And of course, we also have Blue in Arcanine, which is a pretty okay free-to-play fire-type unit, but Silver is just much better, which we'll go through later. Okay, I think that's it for February. Let's take a look at March. For March is the anniversary, 2.5 year anniversary. And of course, we have to introduce some more zones, which includes Psychic and Flying. So you can see on the blue side, right blue side here, we can see that this zone thing is just really expanding. For example, Psychic Zone, which is basically a psychic terrain, benefits all psychic types, boosting it by 50%. We also have Flying Zone, which benefits from one of the not so good Master Fairies, Annie Steven. Annie Steven is known to be like a meme unit because it's like a Master Fair, but it's not really the top of the top here. So Flying Zone really benefits Annie Steven as well. We also have Annie Raihan, which is an excellent weather setup. So for Raihan, it sets up both sand, and sun. Using Sandstorm or Max Flare, it also has Twister for aggravation 2, Fire Spin, and also have a trainer move which can give you a super effective plus bonus when using his trainer move. Also, Fire Spin can trap, Twister can flinch. Any Skyla can do confusion and flinch. Infinite confusion, infinite flinch, infinite attack lowering. Really good unit. And also we have May using Mist Ball, lowering the special attack of the opposing. And also it can set up Psychic Terrain to set up for herself. And I think she has a training move, which is kind of okay. Her training move is Best Friends, which gives the move cost acceleration, raises the user's defense and special defense, and raises the critical hit rate by 3-star ranks. Also has special attack all, which can power up her allies as well. This anime can be used as a support unit and also a strike unit depending on how you use her. And yeah, these three units are totally bait because next of all, we have one of the most OP units we have so far up till March 2020. Up till March 2022. And this unit is Singlet Suit Serena and Zygarde. Zygarde is a dragon type unit with both Singlet Suit Serena providing both ground and dragon moves. It provides a lot of damage output and of course is a Master Fair. It's our very first Kalos Master Fair, and I think it is actually a good ground type because back in the days we have very limited ground types such as Hapu, Clay, Cynthia. But by the way, back then Cynthia isn't even good. We'll talk about Cynthia later on. We also have, I don't know who else. I can't think of any more ground types. Yeah, but we have very limited ground types. That's what I want to say. So, Singlet Serena provides 1,000 arrows, which is a physical move, and Court Enforcer, which is a dragon type move. It also is an AoE move which hits everyone on the field. Very busted. And on top of we mentioned about Lucas and Serena pairing up together being the best combo we have in March so far. Of course, because of Dragon Zone. Dragon Zone is just so busted. Very busted, especially when we pair up with Singlet Serena, which hopefully we get Singlet Serena rerun in 2023. This unit is extremely good. I don't think any dragon type units are better than her so far. Okay, we're gonna take a look at April. For April, we have okay, bear with me a sec. There you go. For April, we have cosplay units, which one thing to note is there is no Easter, unfortunately. No Easter. We have replaced with cosplay, which no idea why. In the cosplay, we introduced the 4 different pairs of cosplay Lily, cosplay Sonia, cosplay Emmett, and cosplay Ingo. Sorry, cosplay Ingo and cosplay Emmett with Poltergeist, Shiny Serena, a Cetagore, and a Scavalier. Of course, we have to introduce another zone unit, Bug. Bug has never been good in any games, but this month they introduced the best bug types being Emmett and Ingo, Cetagore setting up Bug Zone, Infestation, and Quick Attack, Emmett with Mega Horn, Sword Dance, Iron Defense, Rising Tide, and Good Form, which, oh my god, is so good. It's so good because basically you can set up very easily with either Sword Dance or Iron Defense, and then you can just smash Mega Horn, or you could use Ingo to set up a Bug Zone, Quick Attack, Defense Crush, lowering the defense of the opposing, and then use the Sync move, and it instantly kills everything. Extremely good bug unit. We also have Cosplay Lily, which is, I think, it's one of the best support units in this game. No one agrees with me for some reason. It gives you crit focus 9, you get all kinds of shields, even Ghost Zone. Raises special attack, gives you gradual healing. You can have X special defense all. You can have a potion. Like, this unit is so good. It's like the wild card of all teams because it sets up any shields because it's like an RNG. But if RNG favors with you, this unit is insanely good. I just want to say, if Costume Lily ever comes back, you have to get her. She's so good. And we'll also have Costume Sonia, which is a grass type from Alola. I don't know why. But anyway, she gets a Costume Serena. And we have Hit the Gas, which powers up Razor Leaf and Power Whip. She's an okay grass type, but we're gonna introduce some even busted grass types later on. So yeah, this April is probably one of the most disappointing months of Masters because what we're gonna experience during May or May and June is really shocking. Take a look at May units. There you go. For May, we finally don't have any zones. Because like Ghost is for December, Dragon for January, Steel and Dark for February, March for Psychic, April for Psychic and Flying for March, Bug for April. For May, we introduced another really good support unit, Single Stick Morty. Morty provides Sun. And one very important thing, Damage Guard. Damage Guard blocks is basically a protect, blocking itself from one move or reducing the damage from sync moves by half. Also set up Sun, gives Omni boost to everyone, has a potion, Flame Charge boosting the speed, Sunny Heal, extremely good support unit. You should get him for sure. We're also introduced to a new stadium, which is the most difficult stadium so far, Sinnoh. Sinnoh is known to be the most difficult Pokemon League in the entire series, and we are introduced to the Sinnoh Elite Four, being Aaron, Bertha, sorry, Flint, and Lucian. There you go, Lucian. So Aaron being a support unit with defense order, heal order, what's that move again? Raises attack, but raises its attack of its own, provides a gradual healing effect, and all critical hit rate by 1. Bertha is our first non-limited ground type unit. Wow. Bertha and Hippowdon sets up Self Rock, Sandstream, Sand Tomb, can raise the defense and special defense, can raise the critical rate. A really decent ground type unit for those who don't have a ground type. We also have Lucian, possibly the best free-to-play or non-limited psychic type unit. It has ground, which lowers the attack and special defense, and when it nukes, it hits super hard. You should try him out if you have him. He is so good, not kidding. Of course, Sinnoh Stadium is a real banger and a real problem for a lot of players. For example, Lucian and Giraffic stage were having wise entry, and the game wants to use Emmet and Ingo to crush the giraffe. We also have one of the most difficult stages, which is Aaron and Vespiquen having Sentry, Entry, Electric weak, which back then, the few special electric types are New Year Volkner, Classic Lessa, Raichu, and Pikachu. And all the other electric types are physical, which is a huge problem. We also introduced, I think it's our second grounded Poke Fair, and it's Sinister Giovanni. Sinister Giovanni is another really good unit. I think everyone should really get this unit. Sinister Giovanni provides 3 types, being ground, steel, and poison. Ground with a Mega Kick, ground shift, steel with Iron Tail, poison with poison jab. It's a really good unit. You can also Dynamax to have Max Quick, Max Steel Spike, and Max Ooze, raising special defense, and special attack for all. Also, for 3 out of 5 Sinister Giovanni, you do not need critical hit support. You can just smack through opposing with guaranteed critical hit moves, which is insanely good. But unfortunately, I don't have him 3 out of 5, so I have to use the critical hit support. But otherwise, this pair is extremely good. So I think that's it for May. Taking a look at June. There we go. June is probably my favorite month of all. We have Sinister Ethan, Sinister Lyra, Sinister Chris, and Bede. Everyone's favorite triple Master Fair. And this is like a hell for a lot of people. Triple Master Fair. Johto Trio. Well, for me, I got all of them in 6 multis. So it's fine for me. But a lot of people struggle to get these units. I'm sorry for them. I'm not really sorry, but who cares? Again, no zone units, as you can see. No zone units. No zone units. And I think we can just get rid of this later. For Sinister Ethan, a flying type unit, Aeroblast, extend range, whatever it's called. It attacks everyone on the field. It also has a +3 special attack move boost when you use the trainer move. It also has accuracy plus. It has Sing Move Countdown, raising a special attack of its own. Whirlpool to do some water type damage and trapping them. Foul Fighting 2 in his 2 out of 5 grid can also boost his damage as well. Oh my goodness, this unit is like so good. Okay, we also have Sinister Lyra, and here we have introduced something also very important, which is grassy terrain. And I think we can get rid of zones here. We're gonna talk about terrain support here. I'm gonna write down like the main mechanics we have. Terrain support. So the 4 terrains in Pokemon are E-terrain, Psychic terrain. We have Grass terrain and Misty terrain. I'm gonna Electric terrain. These are the 4 in the game, and Grassy terrain is the brand new. Grassy terrain is the new terrain that Single Lyra provides. Electric terrain is provided by Volkner, and Psychic terrain is provided by Bianca. And Bead. Bead has Max Mindstorm, which provides Psychic terrain as well. And we do not have Misty so far. We're going to cross this out. So Single Lyra is one of the most busted grass types with Grassy Glide, 0 gauges required when Grassy terrain is set up. It also provides Flinch, Confusion, and Trap, all 3 at the same time when hitting an opponent. It's one of the best stall units in the entire game. Extremely good. Well, I really don't recommend you using Single Lyra in all your stages because it's just really boring. For Single Chris, we have Rain Dance. Rain Dance boosts the water type attack of your allies. Also, it has Spring of Knowledge, which raises special attack by 2, critical rate by 1. Also, when it's raining, provides you with special attack plus 1. Also, it has mini potions all. I think mini potions all, which can do some healing. It also has like First Aid 4, Endurance. It has a Staggering 2 of Brine. Really good units, and especially for Johto, these 3 units made a huge impact for Johto squad. And thanks to those 3 units, Johto has had a huge upgrade for Johto. Of course, we have Beat as well, having G-Max Smite, which confuses all opposing. We have Psychic terrain, as I mentioned, Max Mindstorm, and we also have what is that? We also have Max Flare from Mystical Fire. So yeah, this month is really painful for a lot of people. And back then, when we're heading to, I think we need to take out the next slide. There you go. And when we take a look at the next month, which is July, you will see the problem. The problem is, we'll take a look at since Summer End, Summer Hilda, Dojo Glory, and Since Karina. And Hilda are people's favorites. Urshifu is so good. Marshadow is a lot of people's favorite. And these Triple Master Fair Johto trio really crushed a lot of people's dreams for scouting for these units. Which, technically, I feel like these units are also really good. But gems are limited. You cannot get all of them. Unless you're like so lucky like me, which thank you, I'm not that lucky anyway. We have Zoroark with Night Days. Also have Snarl with Shiny Grapplock. We have Brick Break, Protect. We have one of the more interesting moves called Topsy Turvy. I think a lot of people actually forgot about this. Topsy Turvy, which reverses the boosted stats to a decreasing stat. Also have Dojo Gloria lowering the defense very easily. We also have Marshadow, which is a really good ghost type attack. Also benefits from the Ghost Zone we just mentioned. Ghost Zone. There we go. Unfortunately, a lot of people struggle to get these units because of the Master Fairs. So there's nothing really much to talk about them because I feel like a lot of people don't even remember about these units, unfortunately. We're going to take a look at August, which is my birthday. For August, we have a lot of units. Oh my goodness. Gonna put this later. For August, we have May, Sings May, Sings Brendan, Looker, Courtney, Annie Steven, OG Giovanni. We also have the debut of Trainer Lodge, which includes Rosen Delwat, Blue and Executor, Cynthia and Gastrodon, Silver and Frigator, Lady and Confei, Anna and Sigilith, May and Welmer, Blue and Sigmore and Bulbasaur, and Marnie and Toxicroak. I really have I don't have too much comment on the large units because I haven't tried out all of them. But we will also have one of the more interesting things that DNA added, which is Sync Pair Expansion. Sync Pair Expansion is basically giving some older Sync Pairs a better boost, which for month 1 is what I mentioned. Cynthia, as I mentioned earlier, is a really not so good ground type unit. But with the boost it was given by DNA in August, Cynthia is really good now. So thank you. We also have Stings May. Stings May is a really good fire type unit, but unfortunately, we have better units later. We're going to discuss that later. We also have Stings Brendan. Stings Brendan is a really good support. I think the what's that move, Ken? What's that move? The opposite of Mist Ball. What's that called? Luster Purge has the chance to lower the special defense by 2. And Potion, Flying Free is a really good training move as well. Looker is one of the newest poison type units aside from Marnie. Marnie and Toxicroak, Luca and Krogunk. It's an okay poison type, but seems that Giovanni is still the best poison type. Courtney, another good ground type unit. And in addition to Ground Zone, look at this. Ground Zone, yay! Ground Zone, free to play Ground Zone unit. Unfortunately, ground types are still really limited, which I don't find this really a boost to the ground types. But for those who have already good ground types, Courtney is definitely a welcome. We also have the best Psychic type units, Singlersid, Steven, and Deoxys, with 4 different forms: attack, defense, normal form, and speed form. It can play as all types of support. Anything's good. And the rest I'm not gonna comment on. They are okay, I guess. We head on to the most important month of DNA, which is anniversary. Who doesn't like anniversary? There you go. Just look at all the units we have. We have Janine and Crobat, Candace and Frostlass, Sophocles and Golem, Clement and Magneton, and we have this Landorus unit as well. Of course, the most important unit are Ash and Pikachu. We have Red and Pikachu, and Cynthia and Lucario. We are also introduced to a brand new technique called Body Moves, or I'm going to call it B Moves here. B Moves is basically a very powerful move. Which gives you all types of support or attacking power to the Sync Pair. Which we have B Thunderbolt for Ash, B Volt Tackle for Red, and B Oversphere for Cynthia. In addition, we have more zones. Fighting zones now. We'll also have another E-Field support unit, which is Red. Put this in red. Why can't we do this? Hold on. Yeah, we also have Red, which is another really good unit for electric terrain support. It also has G-Max Volt Tackle. Is that called G-Max Volt Tackle? I forgot. But it's a move that paralyzes everyone, which is, oh my god, so good. I have no idea why they made so busted. So good. So good anniversary units. People dumped on them at first with being Pikachu, and Lucario for any units, in which we have Rayquaza, Lunala, and Reshiram for last year's anniversary. But these units certainly did not disappoint us, which I feel like I shouldn't mention too much because you guys know better than me here. And I unfortunately did not get red here. But these units are like really good. Really good. And we have introduction to B moves. We also have Rosa and Shamin, really unnecessary. And we have our first NPC playable unit, Naomi, Tourist, and Sandslash from Alola. Okay, now we're on to October. For October, so for October, we are introduced to a really important unit as well. Since Wally with Fairy Zone. So Fairy Zone, as same as the other zones, provides a boost to a certain type. It also has the B Dazzling Gleam, which does -4 attack and -4 special attack to all, and also have a brand new mechanic called Rebuff. I'm gonna put like this. Rebuff. So Rebuff basically is providing a debuff to a certain type. For example, Fairy Buff. So our Fairy type moves will do more to the opponent because they are more vulnerable to the Fairy type moves. And this is super important. We also have a Raihan and Gigalith. Nothing too much. We also have Gordy and Colossal with Tarshot, a Fire type rebuff. We have Lapras and Melanie with J-Max Renaissance. I don't know how it's pronounced. Which gives a physical and special damage reduction with Safeguard and Condition Shield. Rillaboom with G-Max Drum Solo, Max Quake, and Gordy with G-Max Volcaniff and Max Flare. We also have another zone, Poison Zone. Poison Zone for Iris. We also have a Haunter and Ghost Rebuff for Trick or Treat. And I think that's it for October. For November. Here we go. For November, we have Victini, Hilbert, Hugh, Sings the End, Chorus, Jolteon, Vapor, and Flareon. So, starting off with Victini, a super good fire-type unit. I think the best fire-type unit we have, aside from NEN, with Alessa being a large unit, Hilbert with 5 different types, Bug rebuff, Water rebuff, Fire rebuff, Bug, Fire, Electric, Water, and Ice. Yeah, 5 different rebuffs. We have Hugh, a really good normal type unit, singles it in with a Buddy move, Buddy Noble Roar, lowering special attack, and speed by 2, and giving itself a physical +1 move boost and a free move effect. Cobras with Thunder Wave, Mirror Shot, and Screech, I believe it is. We have Jolteon, Vaporeon, and Flareon, which are the EV units, which aren't too good anyway. This is also about the Unova arc. That's why we have so many new Unova units here. And last but not least, we have December. For December, which I don't think it's going to be the last 5 units for December. There might be 1 or 2 more before 2023 gets on. We have Single Suit Serena Champion and Single Suit Kaden Champion out with buddy moves of Quick Attack, and double team. We have Ampharos, which isn't too special, and Whitney being the most interesting pair we have so far with support of all terrains. You can set up electric, you can set up a psychic terrain, you can also set up a grassy terrain based on the training move. And yeah, that's it for the recap of 2022. I hope you get a pretty interesting sight on what's going on around 2022. As you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 types of zones. We have the 3 terrains. We introduced the rebuff and also we introduced the body moves. And looking forward to more mechanics introduced by DNA in the future. Especially Terrestrialize. I'm not going to spell it out. Terrestrialize will be really interesting when we get introduced next year. And yeah, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoy it. And subscribe, like the video if you haven't. And yeah, our first unit, Sabrina. And our very last unit is Whitney. And that's it for the video.